Man, this episode was fun. What is going on, people? This is Elder Tenchi, and I am back for another TMNT Rant Rave review for this week's episode entitled Mutant Gangland. So it starts out with the Mighty Mutanimals, another great appearance by the Mighty Mutanimals chasing down Don Vizioso's goons. If you remember Don Vizioso, he's this, this big mob boss that loves to eat, owns his own restaurant. The first time we see him and Shredder are having a little disagreement, and Shredder's like, "Well, you're just a lowly mob boss, Don Vizioso." You know what I mean? So now he figures it's time for him to step up and taking control of the city since the Shredder's down, but not without taking care of the mutant problem. They really don't like mutants, so they apparently hire this scientist to make these weapons and these engineers to make these weapons specifically designed to combat mutants. And I thought that was a pretty good. I thought that was a pretty good metaphor for discrimination, because they even have a sign that says on their restaurant door, "We don't serve mutants." I know people are afraid of them, you know what I'm saying, but it's not their fault that they exist. Certain things happen thanks to the Krang, you know what I mean? That's why I think that this was a very small but interesting way, kind of X-Men-esque to talk about discrimination. On the flip side, we got angry Raphael, pissed off that he has to hold punches while sparring with Leo. So he goes off to blow off some steam, and he quits the team, but not before Donatello accidentally adds fuel to the fire by teasing him. You're like, oh my, like, wah, you're big baby, you're talking about everybody likes Leo again, blah, blah, blah. Get some new material. And Splinter calls them both out on it. He gets at Raphael for letting his anger cloud his judgment, as usual. And then he also gets at Donatello for further antagonizing him. So really, you have a nice little story there. I mean, something that we've seen before. Raph is the hothead, so of course he's going to have to learn this lesson time and time again. But it did lead up to a pretty good series of fights and realizations. Now, looking for Raph, he gets into a fight with Don Vizioso's goons, and it turns out that's a trap, and both Donnie and Mondo Gecko end up getting captured. While this is happening, you have Leonardo and Michelangelo and the remaining members of the Mighty Mutanimals going to see Don Vizioso in person and calling a truce. They don't want to fight, they want to call a truce. And Don Vizioso's like, "No, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to stop because we're human and you are not." So once again, hitting on discrimination. Mighty Mutanimals. I love seeing the Mighty Mutanimals, and this time around we have Mondo Gecko joining the team, but no Pigeon Pete. And when Pigeon Pete is mentioned, they just, everything gets quiet, and they say, "We don't talk about Pigeon Pete." So I'm just assuming that maybe Pigeon Pete is gone, maybe he's dead, or maybe he's off on his own. We don't know. Maybe something happened. I don't know. I hope that we find out soon in the future. But we get to see a very nice Turtle and Mighty Mutanimal team up, like in past episodes. If I could have one critique about the Mighty Mutanimals and the way that they're presenting certain members, particularly the newest member, Mondo Gecko. Great to see Mondo Gecko again. Awesome guy, awesome dude, awesome voice actor. But I wish this character could actually do something besides just being comic relief and sometimes the voice, and in this case, kind of the voice of reason. I wish that they would give him some training, some sort of move set, because he got his butt whooped and stomped on and all that. I'm like, I would like to actually see him contribute in the fights and not get distracted while fighting. I mean, even Michelangelo has more sense than he does, and they have similar personalities. I just found that weird. But yeah, so we have a lesson about discrimination, a lesson about anger, and the return of the Mighty Mutanimals, and an all-out battle against the mob trying to move in on Shredder's turf. It was just an awesome episode. Really, I really have nothing bad to say about it outside of that little critique about Mondo Gecko, but other than that, still a cool character. Let me know what you guys think of this episode. What do you guys think about these mutant hunting, these mutant seeking weapons? I mean, these designed weapons for, to combat mutants. It's crazy, right? Does it remind you of X-Men like it did me, or is it just like, just a coincidence? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Definitely check out the TMNT review playlist. And also, my friends and I over at the Time Paradox channel recently did a review of the original TMNT movie, the classic 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. So go and check that out. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, love, and never be normal.